Hello everyone, my name is Nicholas Wynn, and I will be talking about the evolution of anime. Depending on who you are and what you grew up with, the word anime can evoke images of many different things such as exciting adventures, graphic art, or Saturday morning cartoons. In Japan, the word represents any kind of animation, but the rest of the world has recognized it to mean animation specifically from Japan. The first commercially released animated film in Japan was released in February of 1917 by Daikobo Sinacho. It was called Daikobo's New Picture Book Failure of a Great Plan. But 1917 also saw the creation of nearly 20 other short animated films in Japan. This was the midst of World War I, and animation was a new interest. Manga artist Oten Shimokawa and Juichi Kochi and painter Satoru Kitayama were fascinated by this new medium, and they were responsible for all the output of that first year and have been nicknamed the fathers of anime. Fast forward to after World War II, Japan Anime Films was founded in 1948. You may know them as Toei, which is the film company that purchased them in 1956 and still exists today. In 1958, they released The Tale of the White Serpent. With a runtime of 78 minutes, it was the first feature-length color anime film. Before 1958, if you wanted to see animation, you mostly had to go to a theater. The release of television changed that. In 1960, an animated anthology called Three Tales was created and comprised of three 10-minute segments telling fantasy tales, and a year later it would be the first anime to air on American television. 1963 debuted the very first anime TV series we would recognize called Astro Boy. It was based on one of Osamu Tezuka's most popular manga. Anime had never been tried on TV in a half-hour time slot before due to cost and deadline concerns, but Astro Boy was a huge success with high ratings, merchandise, and syndication in dozens of countries, one being the United States. Anime was fully absorbed as part of Japanese culture by the end of the 1970s. In 1979, Sunrise released Mobile Suit Gundam. The show wasn't very popular until Bandai purchased the merchandise rights and began making Gundam model kits. Since then, over 70 Gundam series and movies have been made and millions of models have been sold. My favorite of that series is Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. The golden age of anime is considered to happen in the 1980s, in which we saw a huge burst of different genres and interests. In 1986, Toei animated Akira Toriyama's series called Dragon Ball. The show became an incredibly popular series with 31 years of featuring drawn-out battles and ever-increasing hero power-ups. It is one of my favorite series as it is still releasing new episodes to this day.
It's over 9,000!
Okay, 3, 2, 1, it's jam.
In 1991, Japan's economy crashed. Even in a recession, anime still flourished. In 1998, Sunrise made the jazzy space western Cowboy Bebop. This is my all-time favorite anime and a must-watch for those wanting to get into anime. It has been hailed as a masterpiece and repeatedly cited as one of the greatest anime titles of all time, and has also been labeled a gateway series for the medium as a whole. It is that good. Once again, anime flourished in the early 2000s. A series of hits held up the market both in Japan and internationally. The series included long runners like One Piece and Naruto. They cross-promoted manga sales, movies, video games, and merchandise. And in 2002, animated film Spirited Away took the Oscar in Best Animated Feature. So much has transpired over the past 100 years. It is impossible to know where we will be in another 100, but by looking at the past, we can see studios will rise and fall, animators will be revolutionizing with the latest technology, stories will continue to be told in an everlasting way. Each will be ingrained with the rich history of anime as the techniques of storytelling are passed from animator to animator, and fans will continue to fall in love with anime throughout the world.